Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to show you an snap video that might help you out, and this is a quick fix. Like if you break down on the side of the road and you're not a mechanic and you have this problem. Well, my '09 to '14 F150, this is a '14 3.7, so I'm going to get into the video and not talk a whole bunch. My belt snapped. Well, I didn't know my belt snapped, but on the inside of the cockpit there it said cylinder overheating. I had a loss of power. It went into protection mode. The car started freaking out on the dash, basically. So I'm going to tell you, I was pulling a car home when all this happened, and I got out of the car. I didn't freak out, but I saw some like smoke coming from out under the hood, and I'll explain what happened next. This was overflowing, and as you can see, there's coolant all over the engine bay. Well, I determined that the belt was broken. This goes to the alternator, this goes to the crank, and this goes to the water pump. So I said, oh snap. I was out in the country in the middle of nowhere. So I'm going to give you the part number. This is the part number so you can reference. I got a ride to Napa and got this belt, matched it up, and I put it on. So I'm going to show somebody else that's not a mechanic so I can help you out. If you're stuck on a fix, it's going to cost you about 25 to 30 bucks. You understand? Now, down here, I'm going to try to show you. You see my wrench is on a tensioner. Well, there's a certain way this belt's got to be. The water pump's above that, and below that's the crank. You got to put them through both of those and then through the tensioner. Now you leave onto the right the alternator loose, and then you put them on both. It's in between the water pump and the crank. It V's off, and then you leave this loose and you wiggle with the tension of the alternator of the tensioner right there with the 15 millimeter. A wrench will work perfect. You'll get it from this side of the air box. You tension it all the way and you push the belt on the alternator pulley. And once again, that's a 15 millimeter socket or wrench. I got the breaker bar just to show you here, and I'm going to try to get on this side over here. I got a ranch hand, so it makes it a little difficult. But you see how it's moving in? See how it got loose? Now I just tighten it back up. When it's loose like that, you wiggle it over the crank. Make sure and check that everything's aligned before you start the car. You understand? That you're in all the grooves and all the pulleys. From this angle you can see there's the water pump and there's the crank. It V's off from both of those, and it goes in between the tensioner and then goes under the crank around to the alternator. Let's see, the alternator right there. So you push it on the alternator side, and on this side is best with a 15 millimeter wrench, and just get it as high as you can and just push it down so you got the extra room to work and push it on. You can totally do this on the side of the road. I had to do it. So I told you the tool. The part number to reference is a Napa belt Micro V 060547. You need this belt. It cost me about 25 bucks at Napa, but expect to pay about $30 anywhere, you know what I mean? So that'd be a good guesstimation. Anyway, like, subscribe, and share, and keep on dreaming.